I'm Evan Thomason for This Week in Santa Clarita. Right now I am joined with Harry Corder. Harry is the project manager for the new Newhall Library in Old Town Newhall. Harry, we are standing right now in the exact spot that will be the future entryway for the new Newhall Library in Old Town Newhall.
That's correct, Evan. We're standing in the entrance, and as you look up Main Street, you will see the front entrance, and which would be a grand entrance of the new Old Town Newhall Library.
And this is something we're all very excited about. It's been a couple of years in the works, getting to the point where we are now. Can you talk a little bit about the process and where we're at right now?
Well, the process started with, obviously the purchasing of the property that we purchased. We spent well over a year with the library consultant and the County of LA, the library department, that system, trying to figure out what our program needed to be, and a lot of outreach programs, a lot of public meetings on that, and we came up with what we think is going to be a fantastic program for the city.
Can you talk about what this will mean to the community here?
What it will mean for the Old Town Newhall will be this will anchor the future development. This will set the tone for the projects that will come after, and I think as you see and as a project develops it would do exactly that.
We're standing right here on the site. As we look around, what are we going to see? I mean, this is going to be a big addition, but it's going to be a very beautiful and a big building down here. Well,
the library itself is approximately 30,000 square feet gross, and the more important to that is we've got a 27,000 square foot library program that we put in that. So keep remember that although it's going to be a beautiful building and it's going to be a cornerstone for future development, that we will have 27,000 square feet of library program that we can come and use and enjoy in Old Town Newhall.
And I mentioned that we are standing in what will be the future entryway. As we look around the site that is obviously not yet been built up, how far will this library extend?
As you look over toward the alley, the library itself will get almost to the alley. If you pay attention in the alley, we're going to actually underground all the overhead utility lines in the alley. If you look around to the other side, we're going to almost the center of what was old San Fernando Road. So the footprint, the bottom footprint, if you take the 30,000, some 15 to 16,000 square feet would be the bottom footprint. Work has begun, and you can't see it now, Evan, but the city has already, or the agency has already authorized the Newhall County Water District to install a 24-inch fire flow line that will serve the library, but also all of Old Town Newhall. That project itself was just over $2 million, and the water company, that work is still ongoing and is scheduled to be completed in June. There's already a utility works being relocated. The gas company has already relocated some their utilities out of Spruce Street. AT&T is advertising within their own company a project that will relocate the AT&T facilities in the Spruce that will be vacated. So there's a lot of work going on. The city itself, we have removed the buildings, and we did that in that phase because, one, we didn't want it to be a nuisance in the area, and obviously having old buildings in the area leads to vandalism, but we took that down. But not only that, we made sure that we did reports to take care of the lead and asbestos abatement, and we did that. The council approved and the agency approved in May to do the overX and the rough grading for the project, so we can remove the asphalt and concrete you see here, and in preparation for the building that's designed just now being finished up.
Yeah, Harry's residents probably already know the old Newhall Library. It's very small, probably the smallest library we had there. This new facility is going to provide so much more to community members, not just of the surrounding area, but we really anticipate residents from all over Santa Clarita coming here to utilize this beautiful facility.
Well, this library with the 27,000 almost square feet of programmable library space will be phenomenal. We'll have it will be the state of the art. We'll have tables for studying. We'll have over 135 what they call table seatings. We'll have some 68 interconnect connections to their own computers. We'll have a tech lab itself with some 20 computers in it. It will have reading spaces virtually all over the library, pretty much like what you see when you go into a bookstore these days with people reading all over the place. We'll have that for the people to read in. There'll be a children's story time room that will be and in fact the children's section is just phenomenal. No, this will be a state-of-the-art library, and it will draw people not only from Old Town Newhall and the surrounding areas that can walk to it, but it will draw people from all over Santa Clarita.
Which is really part of the bigger picture when we talk about redevelopment of Old Town Newhall in general. And I know that last year, just a little bit after July, we finished the first phase of the city streetscape project in Old Town Newhall, just a little bit down Main Street from where we are now. The second phase is going to begin after 4th of July this year at some point, and that's going to continue streetscape all the way up to this point.
Our public works departments, we have out for bid right now what we call the Streetscape project, and that project is scheduled to start construction after the 4th of July. That will bring that landscaping and hardscaping and new area from the phase 1 up 2 lines, and will also include lines in front of the library, some improvements there. Now this will tie together what we want to deliver to Old Town Newhall to bring people down to Old Town Newhall.
And another thing that I think maybe the last point to make is that this is a project that's already been funded. It's been on the books for a few years, and this was funded through the Newhall Redevelopment Agency in large part.
Yeah, that's correct. The only additional monies that we have for the library itself is we do have a $500,000 from Department of Energy grant funding because the building will be a LEED silver building, and we qualify with our mechanical and saving features in the library that we can qualify for from some federal funding for it, which we're glad to get.
And by LEED, you mean it's going to be a green building, so it's going to utilize those green building techniques?
Yes, it is a green building. It is LEED certified silver. We're going for a silver. We also think that it's sustainable, and so the products that we have here will all be in that regard as far as a green building.
Okay. And then I guess the very last thing, and we're certainly we're kind of in the middle of the project right now. There's been construction that's actually been going on for infrastructure. When are we going to see, or when can residents expect to see more activity on this site? So there's going to be a grading process, I imagine, and when's the structure set to begin going up?
Well, the City Council approved the rough grading for this project in May, the first meeting in May. We'll start the rough grading and the overX of the foundation for the library in June. The library itself is finishing up the design, which will be out for bid in July, August time frame, looking to award in September. So we should start seeing foundation work and rough plumbing and that type work happening the end of September, 1st of October.
That's it from the side of the new Newhall Library in Old Town Newhall. For This Week in Santa Clarita, I'm Evan Thomason.